Hello and welcome back to my video and welcome to my closet. So today we are going to be tackling this mess. I don't think we'll be getting done with everything today, but I think we can at least start, and that is half the battle sometimes. We have a ton of stuff, a ton of boxes, ton of clothes that aren't being worn, and had to zoom out because this is like it's stuffed. It's stuffed. I don't know what half the stuff is. There's clothes everywhere. So we're going to start tackling this. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way of doing it, but we'll just go ahead and start with the obvious to me, and that is all the stuff at the top. Get rid of that, maybe a couple things on the bottom, and then go from there. I don't have a lot of time today, as usual, so we'll just have to probably do this in a couple of days. And I am actually going to, at the end of this whole closet makeover, I am hoping to build some custom shelves in here and like actually make this nice, because it is not nice. So stay tuned. First, I am, as you can see, starting on the shelves, as I mentioned, and I'm sorry, I am currently doing a voiceover in my screened-in porch, and the wildlife out there is happening. The frogs and whatever are making lots of noise, so if you hear it, I am so sorry. I am sorry for that, but as I mentioned, I am starting on the top shelves, as you can probably see, and I'm sorry for the shaking too. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff up there. On my side, which is on the right side right there, I had a lot of purses and a couple of things like Elf on the Shelf right there that you can see, the book that I had to then hide somewhere else, and a random box for a juicer that I got a couple years ago. Then I removed the luggage and then went on to the other side, and here it's a very bad angle, but there's a lot of boxes up there, as you probably saw in the beginning of this video. Just boxes for every single thing that we have purchased that has had value, right? All the phones that we've had for the last probably decade, we have had boxes for. All the iPads that we have purchased and then purchased new ones, right, to replace old ones, whatever. All of that stuff we have had saved up there. Even shoe boxes, for whatever reason, just like everything. I don't know if anyone else out there is like this and saves boxes in it with the intent of possibly maybe returning something and then just keeping it forever and ever. Please tell me I'm not the only one, or we're not the only ones, because wow. All right, so a little run through everything on the shelves on the top. Not here, these are clothes. But on the top, mostly have been taken down. There are a couple of items, clothes, things for my husband, a box that I'm not sure if he wants to return that. That's something that is actually returnable if he wants to. And then, yeah, that's all I've touched so far. So out here, these are for sure trash right there. This right here, I want to keep. This right here, I'm not 100% sure. I think some of it is trash. Some of it, like the Cole Haan box, definitely trash. This definitely trash. But the Apple products, I'm not sure if he wants to keep those. I don't know what we're keeping them for, but maybe just to keep a box of it, because we don't have the actual phone. So I don't know. And then over here, the luggage items, we actually have a spot in the up in the attic to put these, so those are gonna go out of here. So a mixture of things, and that's pretty much it. So the next thing I need to do is focus on the bottom, right? Like I have clothes everywhere. I don't know if everything fits. I know I have some art supplies under there too, so it's just a hodgepodge of random stuff in here. I'll come back to this in a little bit and see what I can do. But first, the boxes. trying to sort through them and keeping the products or the boxes for the iPhones and iPads and all the Mac stuff. Just keeping that aside. And funny note on that is that we did use one of those iPhone boxes for a present. We went to a party on the day that I was cleaning this out, and we used one of the boxes to give to put a gift into. Not an iPhone, but yeah, just thought it was funny and cute to put something in there, something still nice, and we put some cash in a card as well. But just maybe we'll use the rest of the boxes that way as well, just to, I guess, prank people on thinking they're getting an iPhone, but they aren't. And mind you, again, these are old iPhones, not something recent and new. But then once the boxes were thrown away, started on this madness. And that purse, man, I bought that a few years ago and I love that thing. And just now it's just been sitting there under a bunch of junk, or maybe not junk, but still. And that was my art supply box. And then here I am finding a beautiful dress that I purchased about 2 years ago that I have never returned, but it didn't fit and probably doesn't fit now, but oh my gosh, here it is. Here it is on the bottom of the closet. And then I figured I would take the shoe rack out because, as I mentioned before, I am planning on redoing this closet and putting in some built-in shelving units. So removing items makes sense for now, one thing at a time, in an orderly fashion. This is the madness happening right now in my closet, I guess. The madness in my house. And then boxes. This stuff is just from living this past couple of days. Clothes, as usual. Like, my house is a mess. My little one created a costume for Luau for Lilo and Stitch, so I have pieces of paper there, and then some clothes. It's not bad, but it's not good. So the sigh of desperation. Yes, I am in despair. And there's the shoe rack being moved, and whoops, fell over. So I put my shoes into this corner next to the bike because I don't honestly wear these shoes very often. I work from home, so I don't need to go into an office and wear actual shoes, so I don't. And so I have these beautiful shoes that I don't use. But anyways, then going back into the closet and removing the other side of stuff. There, as you can see, are bags full of stuff. And those were the ones that I am pulling out of here, along with getting this over the door hanger out as well. I didn't realize I had that back there just hiding. And yeah, found a lot of candy wrappers that my little one hid back there. She used to hide and eat candy back there from like Halloween and stuff. All right, this is where we are leaving it off today. As far as the closet is concerned, I still need to go through and take everything out, but I have such a mess right now in the bedroom that I don't want to continue in this closet until I have some semblance of peace. And there's a purse just hanging randomly here. Whew. It's a pain. Let me show you. This is not a huge area by any means. It's pretty small, so it's a mess. So up at the counter, I cleaned this last week. I did a whole decluttering of the cabinets and stuff underneath the bathroom vanity. And so all this stuff now is from the closet. Most of this, right? There's products that I obviously use, but this stuff is from the closet. These are clothes that were on the floor, on top of a box, whatever. I need to go through them. One I realized I never returned. That was like 2 years ago, so that's great. Some purses, medical thing, boxes that I don't know what to do with. And then here is the rest. And I'll pan out because this is reality, right? The clothes situation is not horrible on the top, right? Like, these are freshly washed clothes. That is a bag I found in the in the closet, and then we have laundry going right now. So it's not bad as far as clothes are concerned, but what is bad is just the chaos in my bedroom. So I'm going to go through these two bags. I am pretty certain that these are clothes for I think I was saving them for my youngest, and I'm going to go through and see if that's the case. Just going to dump them out and see what happens, and then I'm going to push all that stuff to the left. My shoes, I'm having a hard time, and please, somebody let me know if you have any tips or tricks. I've watched a couple of videos, and I have seen where people talk about like not overthinking getting rid of stuff, but some of these things I really am having a hard time getting rid of. Like those red shoes right there, they're horrible. They're so worn out. Maybe I can get them redone, refixed, or fixed up and cleaned up. It's patent shoes. I've had them for probably 15, 16 years. I got married in those, so they hold a special dear place in my heart. Would I wear them again? Maybe, but I don't wear high heels that often. Like I wore them last night for the first time in like 2 years, right? So it's not like I wear high heeled shoes all the time. Same thing with these booties. These booties I do wear every once in a while in the winter. So I guess it hasn't been 2 years, but you know, I don't wear them often. So I'm having a hard time getting rid of them because they have sentimental feelings, or sentimental, they're sentimental to me. So I'm having a hard time. So let me know if you have any suggestions, because I am struggling right now to get rid of. So there's just so many things. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna stop blabbering. I'm gonna go through and clean this up, because I can't live in this life, right? I can't live here in this room having it this way. So we're just gonna clean it up, tidy it up, and then continue on with the closet situation as time permits over the next couple of days. And as I thought, there was definitely a lot of clothing in those bags that were for or from my older two children. A lot of 3T, 4T stuff that was from my son when he was 3 or 4. He's 11 now. So that is absolutely going into a donation pile and going out the door. I have someone that would need it and needs clothes for a 3/4 year old. So, yep. Then separating items that I know my daughter, my youngest, will fit into, that I think are cute, whatever. And yep, just going through the bags. It is ridiculous. I didn't even realize I had those bags full of clothes back there. Not sure why we put them in the back of the closet. Not sure why I haven't gone through them since whenever I put them back there, but I guess better late than never. Better now to go through the stuff. And here is all the stuff that needs to be washed that could fit my oldest, or my youngest, I'm sorry, from my oldest. And here's my Santa Claus bag going to the stairs for its donation recipient, because I don't want that stuff in my house. Then putting the rest of the bags over here, stuff that I still need that will fit my daughter, and then just moving everything into that corner again, just to have a little bit of a tidy look, because nothing's going to be tidy until that closet's done and I actually have space and well organized space to put stuff away. But until then, I guess we can at least have walkway space to be able to move around in this room without tripping over things. Then just going through the laundry and putting it away because it needed to be put away, and it's just driving me crazy now that I'm on a roll. It's not a lot. It's pretty straightforward, and might as well do it. And then here's the drawers, putting my youngest, clothes into the drawers because, again, they need to be put away and it's a mess. And I know I mentioned last time that I did the laundry video that, hey, I'm going to do this every couple days or whatever, but it's very difficult to do. I have 3 kids. I have a full-time job. I am busy. We have still soccer, even though it is June, middle of June. My oldest and my middle child still do soccer because conditioning and whatever. They do extra training session. So there's not like a time where we don't do anything anymore. There's always something on the weekdays. Dinner has to be cooked, work has to be done, basics have to be done, cooking dinner, groceries, etc. And then, some relaxation time too in there, because we can't just be going, 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 going. It feels like we are, but we can't. So carving time away to just put stuff away is sometimes it feels like impossible. So, not to excuse the mess, but then here my husband is being silly and throwing away the trash. And here is the craziness of my room. Laundry needs to be washed. My little one's art project. All the crap out of the closet right here in the corner. A couple items of clothing of mine that are not in the closet, and I don't feel like putting them in there because I'm gonna just be putting them out. This side, just a few items on the top, nothing crazy. My husband's usual Apple products. I didn't move these out of the way. I could, but I haven't. I don't know. Over it for the day. And then, of course, we still have this stuff. Ignore the tampons. And then the closet. This is looking so much nicer, to be honest. I know my husband's like, oh, wow, I need to get rid of some shoes. So he's going to do that. I have to go through these clothes, get rid of stuff. I know he has to do the same. And then I also have to get through this shelving unit. I know there's clothes in there that need to be probably gifted. I don't know what all is in there. So all that, and then more clothes. So we have a plan. Oh, something just fell on me. We have a plan as far as what to do with the closet. Long term, it's just going to be messy for now until it's not messy, if you know what I mean. It's going to be a hot mess for a couple of weeks until this is cleaned up and we get rid of the clothes that we no longer use, wear, need, want, etc. What a crazy time. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you coming back, and appreciate you watching the whole thing. Please give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know how you tackle this stuff on a regular basis, because I have not been very good at doing regular stuff. We have not been very good. So yeah, any tips or tricks are highly recommended. Highly appreciated. I'm sorry, it's been a long day, but thank you so much for watching. Bye.